Welcome to Murner Fieldhouse and Gregory Arena on the campus of North Central College. Tonight, CCNW women's basketball game is between the Carroll University Pioneers and your North Central College Cardinals. At this time, I ask that you please rise and face the flag above the west end of the court and join Dr. Sean Kelly and the Cardinal Athletic Band as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. And now let's meet tonight's starting lineups. First, the visiting Pioneers from Carroll University. Starting on the guard line of 5'4" freshman number 1, Mallory Olzak. A 5'8" freshman guard number 10, Anna Mankus. The other guard, a 5'6" senior number 22, Brittany Wall. And one forward, a 5'10" freshman number 24, Delaney John. And the other forward, a 6'2" freshman number 32, Katie Rossetti. Pioneers are coached by Lindsay Schultz, assisted by Dave Horowitz and Aaron Asher.
Welcome inside Gregory Arena, everybody. Kevin Jackman, Zach Bucher here on the call on NCTV 17. The Cardinals are on a 5-game skid, as are the Pioneers from Carroll University, and that is the matchup tonight. So naturally, something has to give. The Cardinals or the Pioneers are going to come out of this game with a win. There are no ties in basketball. Someone's going to break this losing streak. The Cardinals certainly hope it's them.
Yeah, and the way the Cardinals are going to get this losing streak broken is by making shots. We talked about it last game. They got the shots that they needed to get and that they wanted to get in the flow of their offense. They just need to start making some baskets.
And the first offensive possession will belong to the Pioneers. Carroll comes into the game 5-13 overall, 2-7 in conference play. That is a marked improvement over last season. They had 1 win total. Air ball on the first shot attempt. Rebound goes Michaela Reedy ahead to Hayden Braun. And Natalie Dimitrova has it and gives back to Braun. A muscle pull for Mason Whipple takes her out of the starting lineup. We may or may not see her. She was trying to give it a go in warm-up before the game. We'll see if her number is called tonight. The senior leader, I'm sure, wants to be healthy for senior night, which is coming up in just about a week or so. First foul of the game goes against Carroll. Not even a minute in. No score. Dimitrova trying to take it to the rack. Fouled on her way, and she'll go to the free throw line.
Good to be aggressive early on. Way to drive to the basket, get a foul at the most. Some free points now.
Shooting 2.
Cardinals this season from the charity stripe, a 60.6% mark. Probably an area in which the Cardinals can improve.
Yeah, definitely something that has hindered their success this season. Struggled a lot from the line, which proved to be detrimental in some of their games.
A couple of free throws for Dimitrova. Who cares about those percentage points? Left-handed shot put up and missed by Delaney Zhang. Here come the Cardinals again. Hayden Braun, the freshman point guard, whizzes into the lane, kicks it out to Maya Wall. Shot fake over to Dimitrova. Reedy takes the pole straight away, and it's off the shot clock. Wall's blocked. That ball should have been ruled out of bounds, but the Pioneers still come away with it. Bouncing into the lane and throwing that away, but the ball was tipped out of the hands of Brittany Wald. Awkward looking fall in the end of that one too, though she looks all right. And a foul called on the Cardinals. Dimitrova pulls the whistle out of the official's pocket. And now Kitty Rossetti steps into the free throw line. It's the marching man making the noise right there.
And Rossetti, a very key component to this Pioneer team. Doing it all for them. Scoring 9 points per game, almost 8 rebounds a game, and at least 2 blocks and steals per game.
Obviously a presence on both sides of the basketball. Walls kicks it out. Hayden Braun had a clear shot over to Michaela Reedy. She'll take the clear one. Off the mark, tapped around a couple of times, and last touch by the Pioneers. Stays Cardinal basketball. NCC won a pair of meetings last year between these two teams. This year, no such luck. First game between the two squads went the Pioneers' way. Final on that one, 52-43. Cardinals actually trailed. They put themselves in a hole before coming back in the fourth quarter and taking a 1-point lead, but finished the game 0 for 10 from the floor as the Pioneers went on an 11-0 run.
Yeah, and that's been the story of the season for the Cardinals. They get on a roll, and then they just cannot continue to put their foot on the gas, and they struggle down the stretch.
Wald with the basket, giving Carroll its first lead of the game. Braun spins it in. Good old English on that ball.
Oh, yeah. It looked like it was going to be stripped out of bounds, but the foul and the basket, much better.
I almost feel like it snipped the padding on the side of the backboard and then took a weird turn. Somehow went in, and now it could be a 3-point play.
And the Cardinals are going to need Braun to step up here today if Whipple can't give it a go. So these will be crucial minutes that she plays tonight.
Whipple continues to try and keep that muscle warm, jogging on the sideline, seeing if she can enter the ball game at some point. Wald gets it past the timeline, and now a jump shot taken, clanked off the back of the iron, Rachel Van Sluis. But the putback is good, and it's a tie ball game at 5. Near side, Lindsey Brennan. Haven't called her name so far tonight. First possession with the basketball. Braun with it, 12 on the shot clock. Entry pass, last touch by Michaela Reedy. She was arguing for a kick ball, didn't get the brownie point to the officials. Taken away by NCC. Braun with it. Far side, Brennan. Into the corner. Three taken in and out, no good, Vickus. Now the Pioneers come the other way. .6:30 to go. Jump shot walled, back of the iron, no. Jess Dolly with the rebound. Good defense in the early goings for NCC. Fouling her way to the basket. That'll be the third team foul on Carroll.
I like what I'm seeing so far from the Cardinals, doing a lot of driving to the basket and kicking out for any three-point shots that they may take. It's not something they do very often, so perhaps the offensive change might help them tonight.
Dolly straight away. Near side, Brennan. Vickus backdoor cut. Overshot her intended target, AKA the basket. Pass near side, jump shot. Splash, bottom of the net, Haley Harrigus. 7-5 Carroll, 5:45 to play, first quarter. Outside, Braun. Dolly with it on the wing, over to Vickus. Into the corner, Walls. Walls at the floater in the lane, gets it to go. Walls continues to impress. Just a sophomore this season, has really become an instrumental part of this team.
Yeah, and we've even seen her put up a couple of double-doubles throughout the season, including a 25-point and 12-rebound double-double that really helped them get their play going in the right direction earlier in the season.
Walled with the jump shot, and that seems to be the area of the floor Carroll will attack the Cardinals from. Dolly, a three from the near side wing. First three of the night. 10-10, Carroll and the Cardinals. Underneath, blocked by Walls. Here comes Brennan in the open floor, doesn't have numbers, spins into the lane, pivots, puts it up, no. And pulled down by Carroll.
And that's something that Brennan does a really good job of. She's very aggressive when going to the basket and gets a lot of good looks around the rim.
Cardinals slow it down once again with 4 to play in the opening quarter. Dolly traveled. Subs will come in. Frankie Pettit, Sierra O'Neill, and Rachel Dawson for the Cardinals. Still no Mason Whipple, who continues to stretch on the floor on the end of the bench. Pettit stripped it away, falling on top is Dolly, and she's mauled on the floor. And that, I believe, is the 5th team foul on Carroll. And a pair of free throws are coming up for Jess Dolly.
Lots of good hustle here early on for the Cardinals. It's just going to be up to them to try and keep it up throughout the rest of the game.
The whistle will stop play for the moment. They're going to say that this foul somehow does not result in It was a team control foul, the explanation from the officials, and that does not result in free throws. Chalk that up to one of those weird, quirky rules. Paige Dessenberg checks into the game. Has the basketball, hands it off to O'Neal. Stuck, gets it back to Dessenberg. Outside Pettit. Pettit back to O'Neal, 10 on the shot clock. Lowers the shoulder, puts up a shot, no good. Fight for the basketball, and it's won by Carroll as the Cardinals were called for a foul. O'Neal hasn't played as much as of late. Earlier in the season was one of the team's best scorers. Dawson helped strip the ball away, and a travel called on NCC.
Yeah, you mentioned Sierra O'Neal scoring. It really gave him a good spark off the bench earlier in the season. Hasn't played much as of late, but last game did have a pretty good spark offensively. So perhaps she's going to get back some playing time.
Shot from the wing, no good. Pulled down on the offensive glass, and Cardinals able to erase the second chance points from Rachel Van Sluis. O'Neal awaits her teammates to return to this half of the floor. Now Dessenberg controls. Dolly, the two-sport athlete, also laces up with the women's soccer team. Passes it off to Dawson, to the top in Dessenberg. 6 on the shot clock. Outside O'Neal takes the three. Yes! Taken away, and the shot short. And a foul call. A little surprised by that call.
Looked like a lot of hand on the ball there.
Carroll foul number 34, Paige Dessenberger, first, team third. Line change for the Pioneers.
But so far, the press defense really coming in clutch for the Cardinals so far. The Pioneers struggling to find a way to break it.
Thrown up and over the timeline, the Pioneers go. Walled, blocked from behind by O'Neal and Dawson. Though the second effort good from Katie Rossetti. Back to a one-point game. Michaela Reedy has something to say about that. Now a 4-point game. Stuck in the corner. Pioneers have 2 seconds to get it across. And a foul called on Brennan. That's her first and the team's fourth.
Turning for the Cardinals, number 22, Natalie Dimitrova, and number 30, Maya Walls.
Defensive pressure has been impressive so far tonight for NCC. Forcing a lot of mistakes on the part of the Pioneers.
And the Pioneers are struggling to really prevent those mistakes.
Reedy wants some more from three. Too strong, back of the backboard and out of play. That's an easy break there for the Pioneers. Cardinals didn't seem to be aligned correctly as Wald just waltzes into the lane and shot thrown up, out of bounds, last touch by Dimitrova. Minute 17 to play, first quarter. Outside, Anna Mangus underneath. Outside again. Mangus controls. Thrown across court to Olzak. Drive and a kick and nearly a strip. Thrown up granny style and rolls out of bounds, last touch by Carroll. Reedy with it on the far side. Wald, straightaway three. Front of the rim, no good. Offensive foul, and that should result in free throws this time for NCC.
Pioneer foul number 22, Brittany Wall for first.
Here comes free throws. And Brennan will take them.
Shooting two.
No good on the first.
For the Cardinals, number 12, Jessica Dolly, and number 31, Anna Vickus.
Vickus and Dolly back in. (17-12), Wald, full court pass, and now Wall's the lone defender back. Thrown off the glass, too strong. Cardinals can hold for the final possession if they wish. Shot clock has been turned off. There's 16 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. What do you think they do here, Zach?
I would stick with what they've been doing, trying to drive the lane and kick out for a three if it so presents itself.
3, 2, Dolly the jumper, no, the tip, no good either. And the end of the first quarter has the Cardinals leading 17-12. A new 10 minutes will be put up on the clock in about a minute. In the meantime, we'll take a break. We'll be right back on NCTV 17. Welcome back inside Gregory Arena. The Cardinals with the first possession of the second quarter. And Hayden Brown with the jumper that rolls in. Nifty shot there from the freshman. At this point in the night, it doesn't look like Mason Whipple will join her team on the floor. So it may be Hayden Braun running point guard. This is some valuable time for her to log some minutes.
Yeah, and Whipple being the senior leader of this team, having led the Cardinals in scoring the majority of the season, I wouldn't say for her to try and push it in a game like this. With the season winding down, senior night coming up, that's really the game that you want to try and give it your all. And we've seen flashes of Hayden Braun play really well, especially earlier in the season when she did get a couple of starts.
Senior night, in fact, coming up on Saturday against North Park. Hopefully Whipple feeling better by then. Wall dumps it down underneath, blocked by Walls.
The help defense tonight has been incredible and has really solidified the defensive pressure that they have been applying tonight.
End of the lane, kicked out, Reedy. 2-point field goal is off the front of the rim, no good. Teams swapping a pair of baskets here in the second quarter. Nearly 2 minutes have gone by. Three taken, bricked off the back of the glass, no good. Pass intercepted. Reedy trying to find Dolly on the cut. And then the pass thrown away.
Turning for the Cardinals, number 10.
Sloppy second quarter continues for both the Pioneers and the Cardinals.
And number 14, Haley Harrigus.
This game might come down to who can simply execute and get more shots up.
Yeah, and so far it's looking like the Cardinals have been the successors in that area, doing a really good job offensively, moving the ball and driving and getting good looks for teammates.
Brennan on the wing. Cross court, Dolly pops a three. No good. Cardinals shooting just around 40%. Meanwhile, Carthage make that 31%. Carthage at 26%. Carroll, thank you. You know, it's funny. I was just about to pull out the men's score. The men are in Kenosha playing Carthage right now. And they lead by 4 midway through that first half. We'll keep you up to date on the men's score throughout our contest as well. Pass taken away. Wald pressing the issue up against Walls. Tough angle, puts it in, and we'll go to the free throw line.
Colonel fouls on number 30, Maya Walls, her first. First team foul, second quarter. Turning for the Cardinals, number 20, Rachel Dawson, and number 21, Sierra O'Neill.
Dawson and O'Neill check back in.
Brittany Wald to the line, shooting 1.
Majerus also checks in for Carroll. Three-point play for Wald. And she looks like right now Carroll's best option on the offensive end. 5 of 9 from the floor. She's up to 12 points already. That's a whopping portion of her team's total.
And she does do a majority of the scoring for her team, leading the team with 12 points a game.
She's already there. Majerus racing up the floor, outside, opting out of a three. It's going to be Majerus instead, and she'll sink it. Dimitrova. And a holding call against Carroll. Goes against Rachel Van Sluis.
Rachel Van Sluis, her second. First team foul, second quarter.
And another substitution, Sarah Hartle will check in. And a 5-second violation on the inbound. Cardinals just couldn't get it in.
Yeah, really good help defense, rotational defense for the Pioneers in that possession. Although Braun needs to know that she needs to get that ball in. That's a careless turnover right there.
Stuck. 4 seconds to get it over the line. And they do so. Hartle outside Majerus, hit a three moments earlier. Three this time from the far side wing is no good from Harrigus. Braun gets a screen from Dawson. Near side Dimitrova. Brennan flashing into the lane. Puts a shot up off the glass and good.
This is what this Cardinals team can do when they're making shots. We saw a lot of these same shots that they put up last game just not go in, and it really hurt them. But when they're taking good shots and they're making them, they do well.
Selena Juarez checks into the game. First time tonight she has made it out onto the floor. 3-point play for Brennan. Carroll to the top, gets it right back. Thought about a three. Now go to Majerus. High post, dishing out the three. Taken, Hartle, no good. Back of the iron. Claimed by Brennan. Pushed ahead, Dessenberg, and she'll get called for a travel first. Has to put the ball on the floor.
Returning for the Pioneers, number 22, Brittany Wall.
Just a little too excited. Had some small openings with numbers there on that fast break. Possibly trying to get it to O'Neal on the other side.
Two on one, advantage Carroll, and it's put in by Hannah Klein. First basket for her tonight, and Carroll to within two. Shot up, no good, and now Carroll can tie or take the lead on this possession. Wald passing out, stopping, she'll get it right back on the near side. Block, but a foul. And going to the free throw line is Rachel Van Sluis.
Cardinal foul number 20, Rachel Dawson, her second team foul. Rachel Van Sluis to the line, shooting two. In the game for the Cardinals, number 4, Hayden Braun, number 30, Maya Walls, and number 31, Hannah Vitkus.
Off the target on a pair, now Dessenberg has it, directing traffic. Braun for three, lasers it off the back of the iron. Juarez, the offensive board, into the lane and kicks it out. They'll reset. And a foul onto the way of the basket. Braun will go to the free throw line. Again, you've mentioned this a few times tonight. They just seem more aggressive in the way that they're trying to get to the basket.
Yeah, and this is how they should have been playing a lot of the season. They've just really struggled from beyond the arc, and more times than not, the open shots that they do hit from beyond the arc are after a kick out after a drive. It's just a better way of getting your jump shots in the flow of the offense. The defense has to collapse on a drive because giving up a potential three-point jump shot as compared to a layup, it's not hard to tell what you're going to do on defense.
25-22, Cardinals with the advantage. And no good on the long field goal attempt. Put back not good either. Pulled down by Braun. Over to Juarez. Juarez into the lane, puts it off the glass, and it rolls off the front of the rim. 3:15 to go in the first, make that first half. And a fresh five-man crew waits at the bench for NCC. Ball skips across to the other side. Dessenberg has it, throws it ahead. Vitkus stops and kicks it out to Walls. Walls slows it down. Long three, Vitkus no. Wald has it. Long three, bends around the rim, no good, and wow. She got whacked. Going down in a heap is Hannah Klein. That was Vitkus on the foul, and a new four, make that five-man crew will check in for NCC.
And a wholesale line change for the Cardinals.
Jump shot. Drops for Wall. She might just have to take every shot from here on out.
Yeah, she's playing really well on the offensive end, so the Cardinals doing a good job of team defense, but perhaps at some point may have to key in and focus on Wall to prevent her from beating them.
Dimitrov with a shot fake in the drive. The reverse lay-in is good. Pretty special.
Yeah, that was a great move and good shot fake that really led the defender to go for the jumper as opposed to giving up the lane. So good decision by Dimitrova to take it.
Pulled down by Reedy, pushing it ahead to Brennan. Under 2 to go in the half. Into the corner, Dolly. Stops, pops for 3, no. Near side controlled by Olzak.
And those are the kind of threes that has really hurt the Cardinals this season. Just seeming like they have an opening, so why don't I take it? Well, you also have an opening to the lane if you want to drive.
Shot selection, of course, big issue. Cardinals lead by 3, 1:05 remain, first half.
1 minute remaining.
O'Neal working away on the baseline, and she stepped, or did she get fouled? She was fouled on that play.
Foul number 24, Delaney John.
That's on Delaney John.
Returning for the Cardinals, number 4, Hayden
And that is the
Braun.
team's 4th.
And number 30, Maya Walls.
Underneath Walls, kicks it out. Reedy, a deep 3. Biggest lead of the night at 6, 30-24, under a minute to go in the half. Wald in the fast break, kicks it over into the block. Tough shot, second effort, this time good. Completed by Katie Rossetti. Two-second difference, game clock to shot clock. Cardinals have 8 on the shot clock. Braun working away, ball tipped. Reedy's just got to throw it up and nobody could get a shot off.
Shot clock violation, behind the ball. Clock will be reset to 2 seconds.
Two seconds on the clock, exactly. And a deep heave goes nowhere. We've hit the break. Cardinals lead the Pioneers 30-26. We'll be back in 15 minutes to break down that first half and gear up for the second. We'll be right back on NCTV 17. Back for the second half of action on NCTV 17. Kevin Jackman, Zach Bucher. Thanks for joining us. Pioneers will have the rock first as they trail by 4. Carroll comes in on a 5-game losing streak, and hey, look at this, the Cardinals do too, so something's got to give tonight. One of these teams is going to leave Murner Fieldhouse with a win. And as we noted off the top of the broadcast, North Central really hoping it will be them. Foul coming out of the gates, and it is against the Cardinals. Second foul called against Lindsey Brennan. Left-handed hook shot, no good for Delaney Jean. And now Brennan racing ahead. Dimitrova, left-handed shot. She gets hers to go.
Dimitrova!
And the aggressiveness to drive to the hoop continues. And I like to see that.
Taken away, Brennan then fouled. Michaela Reedy stripped it.
And another thing that's carried over is the defensive pressure. It's good to see that they're continuing their game plan from the first half that's worked so well for them so far.
Braun underneath Dimitrova. Outside, Reedy for 3. No. And then it bounced on the rim and a foul on Dimitrova.
Cardinal foul number 22, Natalie Dimitrova, her second team foul.
Quickly, the Cardinals have picked up 2 team fouls. Dimitrova also has 2 on her own ledger. Kick ball, Dimitrova. She's all over the place.
Yeah, and good to not let that pass through.
We said we keep you up to date on the men's game, a big one up in Kenosha. And the Cardinals lead the Redmen 31-29 in the first minute of the second half. Deep 3 rolled off the back of the rim, no good, taken away by Wall, then stripped away by the Cardinals, and Braun has it right back. Brennan over the Walls. Walls, one bounce and a shot. 9-point lead to open up this second half. Good start for NCC. Pushed ahead, could have been called a travel. Blocked from Dimitrova. Great defense.
Yeah, and a lot of the time we've seen the Cardinals get lackadaisical off of press break, but they're doing a really good job of getting back and defending any of the press breaks that the Pioneers have come up with.
Shot caroms off the underneath of the rim. Cross-court pass. Reedy left alone for 3 and a foul. Offensive foul called on Dimitrova.
Number 22, Natalie Dimitrova.
Third personal foul on her, third team foul as well. And now Rachel Dawson lifts off the bench and will tag team Dimitrova to the pine. First half stat summary, and it was all Walled. 14 points for Carroll, large and by far the most in the game for the Pioneers. Up and under move, successful from Rachel Van Sluis. Pulls them to within 7. Rossetti with 5 for the Pioneers. For the Cardinals, there's 3 players tied with 6 points, Braun, Reedy, and Dimitrova. Very balanced scoring attack as Braun leaves it on the sideline and Cardinals turn it over.
Yeah, and it's something, a balanced scoring attack is something that the Cardinals are going to have tonight without Whipple probably for the rest of the game.
She's dressed, she's on the bench, she's not going to play tonight, it doesn't appear so. Wald gets the friendly shooter's roll. To within 5 we go. Brennan drives, blocked. Big time block by Rossetti. Into the lane, the shot, Olzak misses by an inch. And then the strip from Van Sluis thrown ahead. Wall's there to pick it right back. Frantic pace to the begin this third quarter.
Both teams just trying to get into a groove offensively and try and run away with this one.
Braun can't connect the three, and Reedy. Travel called on Carroll. Going down awkwardly, Van Sluis.
Number 34, Paige Dessenberg, and number 21, Sierra O'Neill. And for the Pioneers, number 14, Haley Harrigus.
Dessenberg and Dolly check in for NCC, as does O'Neill. O'Neill kicks it across into the corner. Brennan a three, no. Cardinals have had some open looks in the last few possessions, can't knock them down.
And it stalled their offense a little bit, so perhaps they need to get back into driving to the basket. A lot of jump shots the last couple of possessions.
Poked away, out of bounds. Last touched by Dessenberg. Rossetti underneath has been good tonight. Strong defender, has also been a presence on the offensive end. Cardinals lack a lot of that size underneath. Dimitrova's had an impactful defensive night, but outside of her, Rossetti has been able to have her way. Here comes O'Neill on the fast break. Floater, short. Mad dash the other way. Van Sluis alone and lays it in. Timeout might be coming up shortly for Coach Michelle Roof if her team can't settle down. Hand off to Dolly. Dolly, clothesline, goes down in a heap. Appears to be all right.
Second team foul. And for the Pioneers, number 11, Hannah Klein. Returning for the Cardinals, number 4, Hayden Braun, and number 42, Frankie Pettit.
Pettit checks in.
Returning for the Pioneers, number 24.
Braun back into the game as well. Mangus checks in for the Pioneers. Braun triggers from the baseline, throws it out. Dolly has it. Underneath pass, Dessenberg.
Huge Dessenberg.
What a find.
Yeah, good find there, and way to get back to trying to get the looks down low for the Cardinals.
Thrown out of bounds, last touched. Jean. Cardinal basketball, 5-point game. Lead has been as big as 9 here in the second half. Midway through this third quarter of play. Travel called on O'Neill.
Turning for the Pioneers, number 22, Brittany Wall.
Wall checks back in, so now the instant offense back on the table for the Pioneers. It's been tough sledding for their offense without her.
Yeah, no one really just stepping up and knocking down shots the way that she has tonight.
Now she has the basketball. Baseline, tic-tac-toe passing. Shot put up and feathery touch from Jean. O'Neill with it. Slides into the lane, puts it in. It's a late adjustment.
Yeah, it was a good adjustment nonetheless. Great body control.
Pass goes through the body of a Pioneer, last touched by Dessenberg.
Turning for the Pioneers, number 1, Mallory Olsen.
Pioneer in question was Hannah Klein.
Number 11, Michaela Reedy.
Whipped around the key. Majerus. Three-point field goal, good. 2-point affair. Shot no good for O'Neal. Just like that, the Pioneers can tie. The runner isn't good. Reedy the rebound, ahead to Braun. Pettit bats it right back to Reedy. 13 on the shot clock, into the corner. O'Neal takes the three. Front of the rim, no. Under 3 to go in the third. Wald, right back to Olzak. Right back to Wald. Jumper in the lane to tie. No, but a foul.
Carroll foul number 21, Sierra O'Neal.
Pioneers have stormed right back.
Yeah, and in the last game against the Cardinals, the Pioneers did a good job of closing out the game when the Cardinals were struggling. And so you can't count this team out, even though you've played really good defense all game long outside of Wald, but you can't get too lackadaisical out there, and you really have to get your foot back on the gas and go, go, go on offense.
With the exception of Dimitrova, all the starters out there right now. As we have now reached a tie game. 39 apiece, 2:42 to go. Walls bounces into the lane, over to Brennan. Brennan, cross court, Pettit takes a three. Pettit smokes home the three, gives the Cardinals the lead. Underneath, the answer isn't good. Walls stripped on her way back down with the rebound and a foul called on Rossetti.
Foul number 32, Katie Rossetti, her third. 13 foul.
It's the fourth three made by Pettit this season, now 4 of 15. Braun fouled on her way to the basket, committed by Olzak.
Foul number 1, Mallory Olzak, her second, fourth team foul.
That is the fourth team foul. With 2:05 to play, both teams with 4. Relatively low foul total at this point in the contest.
Yeah, not a lot of fouling in the first quarter, and then it picked up a little bit in the second, but still not a lot of contact here as we play through the third.
Whiz right over the head of Wald, who was racing to the basket. It was tipped by the Cardinals. $1:49 to go in the third. Cardinals trying to improve to 5 and 15 this season. It's been a down year, to put it really bluntly. Cardinals have had a record at or above 500 3 consecutive seasons. But a down year in 2017-2018. They hope to bounce back next season. They made some tweaks. They changed the way they played. They hope to customize this roster with players who will fit this particular playing style, and that takes time.
Yeah, and you've seen throughout the season that they have made those adjustments on the fly, and they've done the best that they can with the players that they have and the skill sets that those players may have. So you credit to them for being a young team and being able to make those adjustments to find a way to play well.
Wall trying to shake free. Shot rolls in. To within 1 come the Pioneers. Minute remain, third quarter.
1 minute.
Braun with a little shake and bake. Reedy trying to get it to Walls. Over to Braun, 7 on the shot clock. Drives, meets a wall, and a jump ball called for.
To the Colonels.
North Central basketball. Five seconds on the shot clock. Inbound it to Walls, deep underneath the basket, kicks it over to Pettit, the jumper, no. Try to follow up her own rebound. 3-second difference, game clock to shot clock. 1 point game, Carroll trails.
And Carroll having done a good job here in the third quarter of stepping up their defense, especially when the Cardinals started off hot from the three-pointer to start the third quarter.
Wald gets a screen, jumper from the elbow, short. 7 seconds on the game clock. The rebound ripped down by Rossetti. Pettit now has the ball. And a jump ball. Pioneer basketball, 2.7 seconds left. And now Dolly will check in.
Into the game for the Cardinals, number 12.
Hayden Braun will check out. Two, Wald, no.
At the end of the third quarter, the score, your North Central Cardinals. 42,
Cardinals and Pioneers will go into the fourth, separated by just a single point, 42-41. We'll step aside. We'll be right back in a minute on NCTV 17. Well, if you weren't feeling well, I've got some good news for you. Just got your prescription for more cowbell. Fourth quarter begins and Carroll takes the lead. Couldn't pass that one up.
Always need more cowbell.
43-42. Carroll with the advantage now, first lead of the second half. Dolly on the wing, over to Brennan. Reedy for three. Recaptures the lead, just like that. Between the legs of Walls, and the Pioneers get a second crack at it. Three this side, no. The air ball gets picked up by Van Sluis, and she puts it in to knock the game up at 45.
Not too many second chance opportunities for Carroll, but those are ones that you're going to have to cut down on down the stretch here.
Jump ball won by Michaela Reedy. Doesn't matter though, to be Pioneer basketball. Possession arrow will flip though. Reedy puts a hand up and slips it back to the offensive end. Cross-court pass to Dolly to the top, and Pettit. She'll try and take the drive. Dolly the three, in and out, no good. Van Sluis hits the deck. Wald does not hit the jumper. And an offensive foul on Rossetti.
Pioneer foul number 32, Katie Rossetti, her fourth.
That's her fourth. And she'll have to check out. Now Natalie Dimitrova in with her 3.
Returning for the Cardinals, number 22, Natalie Dimitrova.
And Rossetti, we talked at the beginning of the contest, do it all kind of player. So to see her on the bench down the stretch here could prove to be a big problem for Carroll.
Brennan shakes free for 3. Big time shot from Lindsey Brennan gives the Cardinals a 3-point lead. And now Michaela Reedy with the steal, throwing ahead to Walls. Walls slips past a pair of defenders, puts it in, 5-point lead.
Full timeout, Carroll.
First timeout taken the whole game. It's a full timeout taken by Carroll. We'll take one with them. We'll be right back at NCTV 17. Pioneer basketball following the full timeout taken by Lindsey Schultz, the head coach of the Pioneers. Lots of turnovers in the full court. The Cardinals really applying the pressure.
Yeah, and Michaela Reedy, the lone senior playing tonight with Whipple out with the injury, really stepping it up on the defensive end.
3 steals for Reedy, 5 rebounds as well. Also has 3 threes. 1 second on the shot clock. Shot does not get off. And the Cardinals showing that they can't just get turnovers, but they can also force a team deep in the shot clock and get a turnover that way.
Yeah, and that's not really what you want out of a timeout if you're Carroll. So kudos to Cardinals for playing some really good defense out of that timeout.
Thrown outside, and a travel called on Natalie Dimitrova.
Turning for the Pioneers, number 25, Emily Majerus.
Out to Kenosha we go, where Carthage and North Central battle on the men's side. And it's a tight one. 7:13 to play, second half, and North Central leads by 3, 59-56. Alex Sorensen leads the way, 17 points. 7 of 16 shooting. Big time game for the Cardinals if they hope to secure position in the postseason.
Yeah, and Carthage coming off a win against Augustana, I believe.
Yeah, they're riding that high of taking down a ranked opponent. 3-point game here, 50-47. Cross-court pass to Walls. Can't get into the lane. Dimitrova near side, now drives baseline, steps through and flips up a shot. Awkward looking attempt. Ball left behind and now picked up and brought across. Thrown up, plucked away by Brennan. Reedy for 4 threes on the night, can't connect.
A lot of good looks tonight for Reedy, though, so you got to be happy with her shot selection.
5:39 to go. Jump shot, Van Sluis, no. And Reedy bumped out of bounds. Draws the foul.
Line change for the Cardinals. Returning for the Pioneers, number 11, Hannah Clay. Number 22, Brittany Wall.
Looks like only Lindsey Brennan will remain on the floor for the time being. Pettit, Dawson, Braun, and Dessenberg check in for the Cardinals. Outside, Braun. Slips into the lane, no good on the shot attempt. Ball never hit the rim, 7 on the shot clock. Brennan throws it up, that'll hit the rim. And Dessenberg went down
jump ball
hard
belongs to the Cardinals.
And forces a jump ball, and now she remains on the floor. And we'll train the camera to midcourt as the training staff will tend to Dessenberg. 5 minutes remain on the clock here in the fourth quarter. She went down hard. It looked like perhaps on her back or maybe even on her neck. Hopefully she's all right. The training staff is chatting with her right now and getting her in the seated position. And they'll get her up and off the floor, and she'll leave under her own power to a round of applause here inside Gregory Arena. That is not a pleasant feeling. That is not a pleasant exchange with the floor.
No, and that's never something you want to see as a fan of the game. See someone go down hard like that, but very good hustle for Dessenberg to get her team that possession.
Back to basketball, as we hope Dessenberg is all right. Walls gets the inbound pass with a fresh shot clock. Cardinals won that jump ball, by the way. That's why they start with it. Stripped out of the hands of Dawson and out of play. Near side, Walls takes the three. Bottom of the net. Walls steps up into the passing lane, takes it away, and the Cardinals will waste some time.
Good idea. No need to try and put up another shot. Momentum's on your side right now. Don't try and force anything.
Turning for the Pioneers, number 1, Mallory Olzak, and number 32, Katie
I agree with that as well. Rossetti checks in, the shot blocker, the enforcer, underneath the basket to try and stifle the Cardinals' attack.
Cardinals should try and go right at her. She has 4 fouls. And, well.
Offensive foul.
Instead it's on Maya Walls, was a moving screen and gets called out for it.
Thought I was about to speak to life the 5th foul for Rossetti.
So close. .4:12 to go, Walled into the lane, no, but a foul on Pettit. She'll go to the free throw line.
Cardinal foul, number 42, Frankie Pettit, her first. Second team foul. Brittany Wall to the line, shooting 2.
No good on the first.
Turning for the Pioneers, number 4, Rachel Van Sluis. In for the Cardinals, number 11, Michaela Reedy, and number 22, Natalie Dimitrova.
Misses a pair and then commits the foul.
Pioneer foul, number 22, Brittany Wall, her second team foul.
Those are some key free throws that she just missed. Really needed those for the Pioneers.
Reedy to the top and Dimitrova. Over to Walls. And an offensive foul on Braun as she was trying to set a moving screen.
Number 4, Hayden Braun, her third team foul.
Back-to-back offensive possessions erased.
can't have those kind of turnovers down the stretch, especially coming off of a couple of missed free throws where you could really solidify your offense down the stretch.
Three taken and drained. Olzak with a deep three to pull the Pioneers within 3. Walls into the lane, no, too strong, and Reedy couldn't grab it away. Now the mad dash to get back on defense. Majerus for the tie. Strong, no. Rebound, Dimitrova. Ahead to Braun, and no numbers, but she'll take it right to the rack and get the foul and one. Who needs a man advantage?
13 foul.
It almost seemed like the defender kind of sagged off from the left side of the basket, and you got to know that Braun is a left-handed player, and that's her strong side. Great job being strong with the basketball.
55-50. Braun tonight 8 points, 2 rebounds. Playing fairly well in the absence of Mason Whipple. 26 minutes on the floor. That's the 3rd highest on the team behind Walls and Brennan. Looks pretty good for a freshman.
Yeah, it's signs of good things to come. If she can develop her right hand on offense, improve her defense, and almost emanate what Mason Whipple brings to the table with her dribbling ability and ability to take a step back jumpers and hit them with consistency.
Five-point game under 3 to play.
3-point play.
Braun trying to make it a 6-point advantage and can't do that.
But you at least make it a 2-possession game now.
Cardinals take it away. Reedy with the strip, her 6th steal of the contest. And a whistle will stop play. A 30-second timeout.
30-second timeout, North Central.
And we'll keep it right here. What exactly do you think Coach Michelle Roof is telling her team in the huddle right now?
Well, I think she's telling them, especially after a key turnover right there on the steal, they're up 5. They want to score on this possession. Probably wants to get them into a good play and make sure that they come away with some points here, because 2.5 minutes left and you're up by only 5. You could really use the extra point advantage.
That's it for the timeout. Cardinals break the huddle. Reedy, Braun, Walls, Brennan, Dimitrova. .231 to go. Brennan, the inbounder, gets it into Reedy. And a 5-second seemed a little short, don't you think?
Yeah, that seemed
fairly quick.
Yeah. Unfortunate turnover, especially out of a timeout.
Majerus pass to the near side. Gets it right back into the middle. 3 from Olzak, no. Rebound, Wald, puts it back up, no. And a foul called. Hitting the deck is Van Sluis, and she'll go to the free throw line.
Cardinal foul number 30, Maya Walls, her 3rd, 4th team foul. Rachel Van Sluis to the line, shooting 2.
Four-point game. Van Sluis fouled a second time. Will go right back to the charity stripe. with 2:01 to play. Tough break for the Cardinals.
Yeah, but that's on the Cardinals defenders. You got to box out the shooter. I know it's not very often rebounds jump out to the shooter, but always got to box out.
Comes back to haunt you in that situation. Fundamentals are so crucial down the stretch.
And
Hits and pair.
A lot of games are determined by who can execute the fundamentals down the stretch.
2-point game, 55-53. Ball popped away for a moment. Brennan backs it out to Walls. Drives to the basket, off the glass. No, ball still loose for a moment. Wald claims it, and here comes a possession in which the Pioneers can tie or take the lead. Put that on pause for a moment as Brennan pokes it out of play.
And this is where Carroll beat the Cardinals last time, making the Cardinals struggle from the field down the stretch. Really got to hunker down on defense and make sure you execute on offense.
Shot fake gets Van Sluis to the basket, and it's a tie game at 55. Minute 18. And a foul away from the ball. It's on Van Sluis.
Rachel Van Sluis, fourth team foul.
Her fourth and the fourth on the team here in the fourth quarter. Lots of fours. Minute 14 remaining, and a timeout taken by Coach Michelle Roof. 30-second break. They're having difficulty getting the ball in on the inbound, and this is going to be probably the most crucial possession up to this point. So you have to drop something. What are you trying to do off this inbound pass if you're Coach Michelle Roof?
You're trying to get a good look close to the basket. Yes, a three-pointer would put you up by a decent amount, and it forces the other team, if they want to try and tie, to put up a three-pointer. But you really want to just get a good shot selection, get a couple points, put the pressure on the Pioneer offense here in the last minute.
Brennan, the inbounder, into Braun. No difficulty there. Braun, bottom of the backboard, hits off her own noggin, stays in play. She's trailing the play. And now with under 60 seconds left, a 30-second timeout taken by Carroll coach Lindsay Schultz. This game is far from over right now, 58 seconds remaining. And now a full timeout instructed by the head official. Pioneers are still in possession of one foul to give. Cardinals are over the limit, so the next time they foul Pioneer, they go to the free throw line for an automatic 2. That's going to be crucial coming down the stretch, and you mentioned a few minutes ago, they've missed some critical free throws in the last few minutes that if they hit, it would not be a tie game at this juncture.
Yeah, we've talked a lot about it this season. Free throws really make or break some games, and the Cardinals did a better job here tonight of hitting their free throws. But if they're going to jump out ahead, they're going to need to make sure they're play tight defense and clean defense with no fouls to give.
Cardinals in a zone. Majerus for three. Knocks it through. 3-point lead for the Pioneers. 9-second difference, game clock to shot clock. Did the Cardinals go for the tie? Reedy, no good. Walls the rebound and a jump ball. And it's going to go Carroll's way. 23.2 seconds left. Inbound to Majerus has it. Long pass, 15 seconds, and a foul on Braun. Going to the free throw line will be Van Sluis, up by 3. What a shot from Majerus to take the lead and put the Pioneers on the cusp of winning this.
She hit one earlier in the game, and I mean, you leave anyone wide open like that, more times than not, they're going to knock that down. Miscue on defense for the Cardinals.
Five-point game and a timeout taken from Coach Michelle Ruth. Full timeout. We'll take this time to go back up to Kenosha in the men's game. North Central leading Carthage by 4 points with under a minute to go, 73-69. Alex Sorensen leads the way, 20 points. Connor Reardon a double-double, 18 and 10. Matt Capoletti was 16. No Erwin Henry in this contest for North Central. Tommy Koth, Mike Pollock, Jack Bronick combined 10 points off the bench. Cardinals really need to win this game. They're a half game up on the Redmen in the conference standings right now, currently sitting in 3rd place. Should they win it, well, we'd have to see what Augustana is doing tonight, because they could move into 2nd place as well, but they at least stay ahead of Carthage and Wheaton. We'll see a big-time matchup next week. Next Wednesday, Augustana invades Gregory Arena, and that should be one heck of a contest. Tonight, though, a marquee matchup in Bloomington, with Augustana now leading Illinois Wesleyan 45-39 early in the 2nd half. And actually, the Cardinals tonight are rooting for the Vikings to beat the Titans, because then at least the conference is still somewhat up for grabs should the #1 Titans fall. But back to basketball here. Reedy for a deep 3. No good, tipped around. And the Pioneers will waste the clock. Ball game is over. The Pioneers come into Gregory Arena and take down the Cardinals by a final score of 60-55. Tough loss for North Central. They were in command of this game throughout the majority of the contest and let it go late.
Yeah, just a defensive miscue in the last couple possessions. No reason you should be leaving someone that wide open on the 3-point line. It's a low percentage shot for a lot of people, but if it's wide open, it's like a warm-up jumper. And really, outside of that, the Cardinals played pretty well tonight. Good team defense. The only person really to have a good game was Brittany Wald. So good job team defense-wise and executing on the offensive end.
Wald finishes with 23.
With 43 seconds to go in the game, Illinois Wesleyan leads
Van Sluis
97-69.
with 15.
At Elmhurst,
for the Cardinals, the leading scorer is Maya Walls with 10, Michaela Reedy with 9. Cardinals dropped to 2-8 in conference. We'll see them again on Saturday when they host North Park. It'll be a double feature. Both the men's and the women's team will play here inside Gregory Arena. But let's thank our team tonight, our in-house studio producer, Caleb Donaldson, our on-site producer and cameraman, Ryan Risky, alongside Zach Bucher. I'm Kevin Jackman saying so long. We'll see you Saturday on NCTV 17 and on NCTV17.com.